How many of you have 1/4-inch feet that have little marks on the left or right of the opening because your foot only can do a straight stitch and you accidentally picked a zigzag and stitched with the wrong foot on? And the reason you have the marks is because you probably broke your needle as you tried to sew with the wrong foot on. So I'm going to show you a little trick that most machines have these days and that I use when I sew with a 1/4-inch foot. Now, there are settings for what is called a straight stitch throat plate. Now, even if you don't have a straight stitch throat plate, what it does is it's a throat plate that has a single hole in it. And you can go into the settings and pick that you have applied or attached that single hole throat plate. And then it won't let you actually stitch a zigzag, which is really what we're after. So whether you have that straight stitch throat plate or not, which by the way, if you want a straighter stitch, a straighter center needle position straight stitch, or when you're free motion quilting, a lot of you embroiderers put it on when you embroider, that's that throat plate we're talking about. So what you can actually do is go into your settings and set what's sometimes called stitch width safety. And what it does is it tells the machine not to go past the center needle position. Don't let me do a zigzag, don't let me do a decorative stitch. So let's just try to pick a zigzag or a decorative stitch, and it actually says I can't pick that stitch because I told the machine I would not be able to stitch that. So if you want to save your needles and save your 1/4-inch feet, use some of those settings that you have built into the computerized machines that will let you keep the needle always in the center needle position. So this is here, we are talking about some of our features of the FOF Quilt Expression 720. And the quilt you actually see here is the FOF Stitching Cosmos online course quilt, where we talk about 25 different sewing techniques and then also 18 different presser feet. So if you're ready to take your machine up a notch, you can join us for the Bernina Stitching Cosmos online course and also the Husqvarna Viking Stitching Cosmos online course. And then each of the courses has just your feet, Bernina feet, Viking feet, and FOF feet. We do an entire 6 to 8 hour course. You have access to me and all the questions. So hope you enjoyed our tip today and a way to not break any more needles when stitching with your 1/4-inch foot.